There are more than 400,000 NCAA student athletes. NCAA on campus is their story.
Today, NCAA on campus visits the small town of Hartsville, South Carolina. It's the home of Division II Coker College, and Coker is home to math whiz and goalie supreme James Sweeney, who last year led his team to their first ever appearance in the NCAA tournament. James had 7 shutouts, an .817 save percentage, and allowed .61 goals a game. All those numbers might confuse you, but not James. He's a math major and smart enough to be on the Capital One Academic All-America team. To tell us more, here is Kelly Godbout, a 2-sport athlete and biology major at Coker.
Welcome to the home of the Cobras, the only NCAA school with the Cobras as a mascot. Coker College was founded in 1908 by Civil War officer and industrialist Major James Coker. For the first 60 years, this was an all-girls school, but we've been co-ed since 1969. We have about 1,200 students, and our average class size is just 14. We're known for roundtable learning, a nationally acclaimed classroom practice bringing students and professors together in small groups of discussion. Coker continues to redefine ready. James Sweeney would be at the head of the table, if a roundtable had a head. He has a perfect 4.0 GPA.
I just wanted to get good grades, and I just happened to get a 4.0, but now it's a goal of mine. I want to make sure that I stay sharp and keep the 4.0, so there's a little bit of pressure going into the last 2 semesters.
James is one of those students that understands what he's here to do. He's not here to get 4.0s, he's here to learn.
I like math because there's always a right answer. With most different majors, you can argue and complain for days and still no one will have a correct answer, but with math, there's a certain way to do something and you know that you're going to do it right and get the right answer. The amount of hours I study every day varies a little bit. I would say at least 2 hours, probably a maximum of 5, depending on whether I have a test coming up or there's a big homework assignment. Just the other day I spent 2.5 hours on a single math problem that I couldn't figure out. I was banging my head on the desk after a couple hours, but most days aren't like that. The trips to games are actually probably the best times to get work done. You have nothing else to do other than listen to music, so you just pull out a book, read even a couple chapters ahead so that when you miss class the next day for a game, then you're already caught up on what you need to be caught up on. Soccer definitely helps me in the classroom. It keeps me focused. Without the common repetition of soccer every day, I'd probably lose time in the classroom, wouldn't manage my time as well.
You can translate his 4.0 in the classroom straight onto the field. He anticipates so much happening within the game that the instruction he gives to our defenders already has them 1 step ahead.
In math, we really teach you how to think logically, how to predict things that are going to happen, how to understand how one thing affects another. So I'm sure that natural ability shines a bit in the soccer field.
My strengths as a goalie are my communication. My throat hurts after every game because I'm talking for a full 90 minutes. I'm pretty sure the guys eventually just drown me out, but I make sure that I'm saying everything I can and make sure no mistakes happen because of something that I didn't say.
It's so valuable to all our players on the field, particularly our defenders. You know, when they hear little pieces of instruction, it tightens up our defensive unit and it really helps us to achieve a lot of the success we've had.
He just kind of tells you where to be in position. He tells you what to watch for, what to look for, if there's someone in behind you.
He's always keeping his head, working hard and studying, stuff like that. So I think when other players see him doing that, especially the younger guys, they feel they should be doing the same.
James can thank his older brothers for turning him into a goalie.
Both my older brothers played soccer, so of course they wanted to go in the backyard and shoot, and I was the littlest one, so they threw me in goal. So just over the years, you get good, making sure the ball doesn't hit you in the face while they're kicking at you. Since they're 3 and 10 years older than me, you gotta get good fast so you don't get hurt while they're playing around in the backyard. After being a goalie for so long, you kind of forget about all the pressure that if you mess up, then the whole team looks down. The biggest thing for goalies is that we have a short memory. If you get scored on, there's some times where I will get mad and throw a water bottle or say something I shouldn't, but for the most part, you just have to have the short memory, forget what just happened, and move on.
James can also thank older brother AJ for turning him on to Coker and the joy of NCAA Division II.
I played with my brother for 1 year. I think it was very good for my parents to see us play together. We've always been rivals growing up. I always wanted to be better than him, he always wanted to be better than me. So it's good being on one team and finally working together for a change. I knew if I went to a big school, I'd just become a number and I'd just be lost in all the big classes. Here, I think my biggest class has been 25 people, so you're always a name and not a number at Coker, and that's one of the big reasons I came here. My plan after graduating from Coker is to go and get my master's and eventually get my doctorate and hopefully become a professor someday. People have always come to me for help with math, and I actually enjoy helping them understand that moment where they go, oh, I finally understand it, and it's partially because of what you said. It's a good feeling.
James is already busy teaching as part of Coker's Enactus program that, among other fine efforts, tutors local high school kids and helps them prepare for the SATs. And does mathematician James Sweeney have a favorite mathematician?
I don't know if I have a favorite one. There's a couple good ones. Einstein is always everyone's favorite. He created E equals MC squared, which no one really knows what it means, but everyone likes to write it on boards. And there's a couple other mathematicians, Laplace, Newton, all those. Newton I don't really like because he created calculus, and no one likes calculus.
Thanks for sharing your wisdom, James, and for being such a great example of an NCAA student athlete. And thank you for watching. Check out more stories about fantastic student athletes at ncaa.com. And remember, make the most of your time on campus.